Hey loves, this is Bobby and I'm here with another video. Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society, I called this story The Tale of the Never-Ending TBR. Okay, so if you cannot guess, this is a TBR for a mini readathon that is based around the show Are You Afraid of the Dark? This was one of my absolute favorite shows as a kid. So when I found out that the two wonderful people that run the pop culture readathons, which is Life With Me and Reading Parent, were doing a mini-a-thon based around the show, I knew I was going to be taking part no matter what. And I am so excited for this. The show has so much sentimental value to me. Me and my younger brother watched it constantly, and I am rewatching it right now on Paramount Plus because they have the entire series. So yes, honestly, this show is one of the main reasons I think I am so obsessed with horror, because this is like kind of that gateway as a kid to horror, because these stories were pretty creepy and I loved it. It was just, I was obsessed. So like I said, when I found out that this readathon was happening, I knew I was going to be taking part. This is a mini readathon, so it's only a week long, and it is from the 14th through the 20th. Everything is taking place either on Twitter or in the Discord channel. I will drop all those links down below if you're interested. The TBR is based around 5 prompts, and each one of those prompts represents one episode from the original series. So I am very excited to get into this. I wanted to make sure I made this entire TBR horror based because it felt right. And I think I did a pretty good job. 2 of these books are crossed over from the Tropical Readathon, but the other 3 are independent to this one, and I'm excited for every single one of these books. So let's get started. For the first episode, or the first prompt, it is for The Tale of the Twisted Claw, and it is to read a book featuring an animal on the cover. I am going to be going with Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab. This is the 3rd book in the Cassidy Blake series. This is a middle grade horror, and I absolutely love this series. Each one of the books, I believe, has been 4 stars. It is great. It has the right amount of creepy to it. We follow the story of a young girl named Cassidy Blake who has had a near-death experience, and because of that, she has this ghost that is attached to her, and they are best friends. The thing though I love about it is the fact that he can read her mind. I mean, every little thought she has, like when she's having her thoughts throughout the book, he knows they're happening, like he can hear them. It's a really cool twist to it. And also, her parents are paranormal investigators. They're doing their own TV show based around some of the most haunted places in the world. Each one of the books takes place in a different country, and it is so cool the way it's told. And her dad is the paranormal investigator that is the kind of scientific, you know, there's an explanation for everything, and her mother is more of the like mystic, we must commune with the spirits. It's a really cool balance to it, but her parents don't actually know that she does have a ghost attached to her and everything, and she's kind of learning about that kind of power that she has with this ghost boy, and it is so much fun, like I said, and it does have a really good like horror creepy factor to it. The first 2 books did have these moments in there where I was kind of creeped out. So I'm really excited to see where this one's going, because we are going to New Orleans and I absolutely love everything to do with New Orleans. So I cannot wait for this one. I am so excited. For prompt number 2, it is The Tale of the Long Ago Locket, and that is to read a historical fiction. Okay, I need to be completely honest, I do not read historical fiction. It is not a genre I ever dived into. I got completely lucky that I already had this book on my TBR because of the Tropical Readathon, or if not, I don't know what I would have read. And I am super excited for this one. This was going to be one of the first books I read in the month for the Tropical, but then I saw that it could fit in with this one, so I had to wait, and I am dying to get to it. And that is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I am so excited for this one. I was gifted this a while ago and I just hadn't picked it up. And then I keep hearing Kirsten, she has talked about it quite a few times. I will drop her link down below. And she got me just wanting to read this even more because she really seems to like the series. So I cannot wait to get to this one. This is a historical fiction that has a horror twist where this girl is wanting to try and track down like Jack the Ripper. I don't know that much about this one. I want to go in because this seems to have kind of like a mystery thrillery type of vibe to it. And I don't like knowing anything about those because I guess endings immediately. So I'm trying to go really vague. I've managed to avoid like any spoilers on this, and I don't know how since this is a super popular series. But yeah, I just kind of like white noise every time I hear anybody, like besides people saying they really enjoy it, but like any plot wise, I don't know what's going on in here. And I like that. I'm hoping I can stick with that until I start reading it. But yeah, I'm very excited to get to this one. For prompt number 3, it is The Tale of the Tiny Red Bicycle, and that is to read a book with red on the cover. And I'm going to be going with Something's Killing the Children, Volume 3. I love this series so far. The actual Volume 3 is not released yet. It doesn't come out until later this year. But my library does have the separate issues available through Overdrive, I think it is. So, and then when I looked it up, I got so lucky. I've been dying to get to this volume, or the rest of the series so far. I got really lucky when I did happen to look it up that the edition is going to have a red cover. I was very excited to see that this had a red cover. We follow the story of, in this small town in, like, I think it's like Midwest America, there are these murders happening. Kids are going missing. Some of them are turning up dead. Some, they just don't know what the hell is happening. This young boy has a sleepover with some of his friends, and they decide in the middle of the night that they're gonna go and investigate these woods to see, if they can find whatever's happening. Well, they do. And only one of them comes out alive. And when the cops find him, he tells them, like, there was a monster, it ate my friends. And of course they don't believe him. When he's in the hospital, this stranger rolls into town. Her name is Erica Slaughter, and she is a monster hunter. And she's there to find out what's killing the children. This is a great series. The first volume is super fast paced. It's just kind of like bam, 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 kind of like a monster of the moment type of thing. The second volume, we really get to know more about like the characters, especially Erica Slaughter, which, like I said, coolest name. And she carries around like this little stuffed animal that she talks to, and we find out more about everything that's going on, especially like her kind of group that she works with. It was a really cool series. I 100% recommend this. The artwork is amazing. Super creepy, really well done. The story is really fast paced. I cannot wait to get into this one. I am like so excited. So for prompt number 4, we have The Tale of the Bookish Babysitter, and that is to read a book you'd like to be a character in. Okay, first off, this is one of my all-time favorite episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark? It is phenomenal. We follow the story of this young boy who his mom needs to get him a new babysitter. And this one came highly recommended by absolutely everybody. And when she gets there, she has this kid read these books, and he gets sucked into the stories and they become his own. And it is such a cool episode. As someone who is obsessed with Are You Afraid of the Dark, books, and horror, it was such a cool episode. I always wanted to be in that episode. But on that note, since Are You Afraid of the Dark is one of my favorite shows from a kid, I wanted to go with one of my favorite characters as a kid, and I have been dying to read this book. I've had it for a while, and I've read one other book by this author, and I really enjoyed it. So I've been wanting to get into more of her work because I actually own, I think, every single one of her books, but I've only read one, which if you are new to this channel, that is very, very common for me. But I am going to be reading Lost Boys by Christina Henry. This is the story of Captain Hook. Yes, that Captain Hook. As a kid, I absolutely hated Peter Pan. I did not like the movie, but I would like to watch it to see Hook. Hook was one of my favorite characters. Like, he was a pirate, he dressed awesome, and he had a hook for a hand. I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. So when I saw this on my shelf, I knew this would fit in perfect with this. And like I said, we are following the story of Hook. He was brought to Neverland when he was young, and he was Peter's best friend. Well, the kids start aging, and when they do, Peter neglects them, he kills them, or he kind of just gets rid of them. Hook, once he starts growing up, he ends up taking in these kids, and they, you know, him and Peter are going at it as enemies. So this is kind of like, you know, a villain origin story. I'm very excited to see how this goes. I really liked Alice by Christina Henry. I love her writing. It is so cool. The ending of that was a little rocky for me, but everything else, like her world in Alice, was so gritty and dark, and I loved it. So I cannot wait to see what she does with Neverland. And if you've ever read the original Peter Pan, you know that it is a really dark story. I remember when I first read it, I was blown away with how dark the story was. But yeah, I am so excited for this, and I always wanted to be Hook, and I always wanted to be a pirate, so I feel like this fits perfect. So for the last prompt, which is prompt number 5, and that is the tale of Station 109.1. And that is to read a social media rec. I have owned this book for a very, very, very long time. This is like probably one of the really, really old books on my shelf. I've had this book on my shelf for probably about 6 or 7 years, I think. Yeah, it's been a long time. And with that, it also makes the plot of this really funny. And that is Feed by Mira Grant. I love zombies. This is a zombie book. And for the social media rec, I had this rec'd by Faye over on Books and Chocoholic. And I have wanted to read this forever, like I said, and when I saw her channel and she mentioned that she was going to be reading it this year, I was like, holy crap, I need to finally read this. Because she had nothing but glowing reviews for it, because I think she's doing a reread of it. So I was like, you know what? I need to read this. This is the other book that is crossed over from the Tropical Readathon, so it fit this prompt perfect, so I was really happy about that, but I cannot wait. This is a zombie book. Zombies are one of my all-time favorite kind of monster creature subgenres of horror. And to tell you how long I've had this on my shelf, this takes place in the very distant future of the year 2014. Yeah, so as I said, I've had this for a very long time. And this is, the zombie apocalypse happened, it started in 2014, and then 20 years later is when we are getting into the rest of the story. We're following, I believe they're journalists of some sort, and they're trying to uncover the dark secret, what actually caused the zombie apocalypse to happen, because they had cured, in the year 2014, they had cured cancer, they had cured the common cold, but with all that, all of a sudden, you know, people started turning into zombies. So I can't wait. Mira Grant is the pen name of Shauna McGuire, or Shauna McGuire is the pen name of Mira Grant. I'm not sure which way that goes, but Shauna McGuire has become one of my absolute favorite authors because of the Wayward Children series, which I have talked about 1,000 times on this channel. And I want to get into her work as Mira Grant because she has quite a few horror books, and horror is my favorite, and I love her writing, so I can't wait to get in this. And I love zombies, so everything about this is just exciting me. I just keep laughing because of, you know, the whole year, the distant future of year 2014. But yeah, because I think this book was written in like 2010 or something, so it was supposed to be the future, now it's the past, but we're the future of the future. So yeah, I'm very excited to get into this one. And I will drop Faye's link down below. She has some really great videos and she reads some really cool books. So yeah, very excited. So I declare this meeting of the Midnight Society closed. That wraps up my Midnight Society TBR. I am very excited for this one. If you ever watched Are You Afraid of the Dark and you were a fan, I would love to know some of your favorite episodes. Will you be taking part in this readathon? But yeah, so there we go. That's what's what. And happy reading. Bye.